Hi, and welcome to Kayla's Content Critiques. Today we're going to talk about a really awesome thing that I did last weekend and just an amazing experience that I had. And so this will be part of my mini concert series. I will be going to one concert at least per month over the span of 2022. So I missed January because I was slacking, and I'm a slacker, and that's what we do. But I have finally went to my concert for February. I have fulfilled such duties that I set for myself, so I'm very proud of myself for that. And so today we're going to talk about my experience at the Imagine Dragons concert. So, first things first, we're going to talk about the venue. So, I went to go see Imagine Dragons February 28th. Um, at the Target Center. So Target Center, if you don't know, is in Minneapolis. It's a really large stadium where the Timberwolves and the Lynx play. If you're into basketball, even if you were into basketball, I'm sure you wouldn't know who they are because Minnesota sports are um, Minnesota sports. But I went to that stadium, and it was my first time going to the Target Center because I'm not originally from Minneapolis. So it was nice to finally go in and see it. There was a few things that kind of turned me off about the stadium itself, which we'll get into. But overall, as far as capacity and seating, I think it was really it hit the mark on that. It was fine. People could go in and they could sit. So security was fine. Basically, now for all concerts, I don't know if this is just in Minneapolis or Minnesota, but now you can only have like a wallet size purse or like a clutch size purse. You can't bring any big bags into concerts anymore, which is odd for me because I like to bring all my things to concerts. I like my hand sanitizer. I like my phone. I like all of my things coming in to my concerts. And so when I didn't get to bring all my things, I was just kind of turned off. But it was okay. I brought my little mini clutch and I was looking cute anyway, so it was fine. Um, the next thing about Target Center, which maybe only would bother me as a human being, but not maybe not other people, they don't have cup holders on their seats. And this is not something that I feel like this is first world problems. I know it. But if I'm coming to an event that is at least 3 hours long, I need a cup holder, okay? Especially for all the libations that I was drinking. I don't want to put my can on the ground. I need a place to put my cup, okay? So if you're coming in from out of state to Target Center, that's just a warning for you. You might want to bring like one of those hiking backpack. We can't even bring a backpack in there. Uh, get creative. You're gonna need to get creative in order to have your libations and to be able to drink responsibly at your seat. That was very difficult for me. The drinks were ranging. The PG-21 drinks, I guess. The alcoholic drinks, they are ranging around $9 to $14, which I was okay with because concerts and venues have not been going on for most of 2021, 2020. So if that's how they're going to make up in those losses that they suffered for 2 years, I was okay with that. Hopefully in the future, we could get drinks for like $8. But again, make your money, baby. I was okay with that. So that's basically my highlights about Target Center. It was an experience going there. It didn't feel like too many people were there, but when you went and looked in the concert arena, there were tons of people there, which made me happy because live music is my happy place, and I was so excited to be able to just be in a collective environment with a lot of people. It was shocking because as an introvert, that's not what I do, but I was able to do it then. So now we're gonna move on to the concert. So I went to go see Imagine Dragons. I have seen them once before. I saw them in 2018, I want to say. It was for, I want to say the Evolve tour, but don't quote me. The only thing I remember about that concert is that I arrived super late, and as I was walking down to my seat, I spilled wine all over my braids, and I had to drive home with the smell of alcohol on my braids. As far as the performance, I don't remember much. I just remember Dan Reynolds was wearing camo, so if anyone knows which concert that was, where he was wearing like green camo pants, then maybe you were there with me, but I don't remember. So, coming up into this one, with all my concerts, I always look at the set list, and the set list for this concert was fantastic. This is like, if they had a greatest hits tour, this would have been that concert. So they've done all of their more popular songs. We had Whatever It Takes. We had Thunder. You know, all the songs. Then they played a few off their Mercury album, which Mercury hits, it slaps. I actually didn't listen to Mercury until after the concert. I'd heard a few of their songs from this new Mercury album, but I did not want to ruin it for myself. I actually wanted to listen to them perform it live before I was able to, you know, sit down and listen to that album and really get into that vibe. We found out a lot of cool things, and what I liked about Dan Reynolds himself as a frontman is that he loves to speak with the audience, speak with the crowd. He's energetic. He was dancing around the stage. I just, I felt bad for his little heart. I was like, that's a lot of cardio this man is doing. I was tired just looking at him. I didn't understand. And you know, sometimes musicians sleep all day and then at night they have a lot of energy. But I was just like, this is an insane amount of energy. And he was really giving it to the people. So that made me super happy and super excited to see that and be a part of that. The other cool thing was that Dan never really left the stage. There was one in time during like an intermittent video where he left, and that's because they had to go. I'm not gonna ruin the supplies, but they had to go somewhere else and do something else cool. So that was the only time he actually physically left the stage. Even during the videos that play in between the songs, he was on the stage looking at them. At one point, he was doing like downward dog and yoga, and I was just like amazed at how into his performance he was. You could tell that a lot of it wasn't planned. And it was just about his comfortability, and that's an amazing thing. It's just for artists to just lay everything out on the table. I believe we are the ninth performance for the Mercury tour, so it was still fairly new, and from what I could see, everything went well. The band themselves and just Dan Reynolds' voice, oh, it's amazing how well somebody can sound um, with just their how accurate his singing is, and his singing voice is just, if I was listening to a studio album and I was watching him live, there's no difference. They're both the same. I also like that he touched other people's hands. I was like, no, 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 what you doing? What you doing? But he was actually out there just like shaking hands with people. I know if it was me, I'd have to shake some hands and then do a little skirt squirt because, you know, COVID ain't over. But he was touching hands of the little kids. He was holding up banners that people had made. It really felt like an old school concert where artists really cared to interact with their fans. And I know Dan mentions that he felt like he should not be performing anymore. He didn't know if the stage was still for him. And just looking at his performances and seeing his performances, I can guarantee the stage is where he belongs. 100%. I hope he never leaves the stage. I didn't want to leave after his concert, after it wasn't his concert, after the Imagine Dragons concert, put some respect on the other members, Kayla. But I just wanted to watch, and I was just in awe of just how well they were able to not only perform, but just put their hearts and their raw emotions into it. I just could not believe how amazing the set list was. There were a few times where Dan forgot the lyrics to some of his songs, and I was like, same. Because Amsterdam, if you know Amsterdam, is a very hard song to actually get the lyrics to because the lyrics follow a similar pattern and they switch up just one word, and that stuff's confusing sometimes. And I was just messing up Amsterdam while he was messing up Amsterdam, and I was like, boy, we in this together. Okay, we're just up here in the Netherlands together, I guess, just not understanding this, but it was fine. I was actually super cool with it, because it happens. And as someone who knows most of the lyrics to all the songs on the planet, I still forget some. And every time I listen to Amsterdam, I always sing it wrong. So I was like super happy that it wasn't just me. I can't remember the other song where he kind of messed up on, but I was just like, same, bro, like feeling it. Uh, and then he talked about the importance of therapy, which I always will support and say that is massively important to see a therapist if you need one. And so it was having music and a musician whose music reaches out to you and speaks to you in a way that not only can motivate you, but also your heart and who you can relate to. And then having that person say, hi, look, I also go to therapy. I'm jacked up in my head too, and you're not alone in this. It's just so amazing to hear, because a lot of people before, not now, therapy's kind of been normalized, which is great, but before there was a stigma around therapy, and I just like that he was using his platform to talk about therapy. So the last thing we'll talk about is merch, because I love merch. But you know, when you go to a merch table, them prices are not made for broke biatches, okay? If you ain't got no money, take your broke home. That's how I feel every time I pass a merch table at any concert. The Jonas Brother concert I went to, they hated poor people. They had to, because I couldn't afford nothing. I was like, wow, I see how you do. Like, 11 years of loyalty means nothing to you. Okay, I still need to pay for this merch. But again, there was a pandemic, and in the pandemic, you know, we can't really fault artists from wanting to make their money in the way that they know how to, which is merch. So I'm okay with paying with it or paying for it if it makes sense. But I'm not paying $75 for a long sleeve shirt. I'm just not doing that. There were some other things I'll do. There's some other things I did, which I'm going to show you guys. So I got a little bit of merch. I didn't get too much. I didn't go too crazy. But I did get this beanie, this Imagine Dragons beanie. I actually adore it. It's really cute. It kind of reminds me of Top's Blurry Face, just concerts and vibes. So this is yellow. You can't really see, but the Imagine Dragons square badge thing is yellow. And it's just a nice, cute little beanie. I'll let you guess how much this was. And now I'm going to tell you. It was $35. Yeah, $35 for a beanie. Did I tell my husband that I bought a $35 beanie? No, I did not. It's just a secret between me and the internet. So thank you, internet, for keeping my secret. Why did I buy this beanie? Well, because I live in Minnesota and it's very cold. So I actually need the beanie. I feel like it was a practical purchase, and I stand by my purchase. For anybody who wants to come at me in the comments, I spent it. So that was $35. I went to Imagine Dragons merch team, and I hope they enjoyed it. I also bought a poster, because as you can tell, I love posters. I have a lot of them. I had a lot more when I was growing up, but I'm gonna get more eventually, and I want a whole wall full of them. So I figured as I go do this concert series, this is where I'm gonna really start buying those once in a lifetime or even just personal artist posters, because I just feel like that's a great way to be able to get my walls filled. So I bought the one for the Mercury tour, Imagine Dragons. So it just has all of their like places that they went. It has the same cover as the Mercury album. And so it will be hanging on my wall eventually. And so I'll let you guess how much this was. This was gonna be my favorite part of my entire just stream, or not stream, ooh, of my entire just videos. Is like, guess how much this merch was. So the poster was $25. Again, will not tell my husband that I spent $60 on merch alone at this concert, especially when I'm going to another concert on Tuesday. But I did. So but it's cool. It's like a nice cute little poster. It definitely will help me lament that experience and just talk about how great this experience was. And I could just point at it on my wall and say, "Hi guys, remember that time where I went to this concert?" And everybody would be like, "Oh, you suck because you did awesome stuff." And I'd be like, "Ha." So uh, that is basically my Imagine Dragons concert experience. If I were to rate it out of 10, I would say for the venue, it gets a 4. Oh, I forgot to say. So, the tickets are for the Target Center were roughly $55 for the nosebleeds, up to like $200, maybe 3 if you wanted to be in the pit. Target Center did not turn on the screens that hang in the stadium so that people in the nosebleeds could actually see the concert. So instead of being able to see things on a huge screen, we were actually only able to look down at the very small creature on the stage, which was Dan Reynolds, and we weren't able to actually experience the whole concert. So that's my biggest gripe or my qualm about the concert, is that I wasn't really able to see much. And then my videos weren't as great either, because I wanted to put some of the videos on here, but I can't because you can't see anything. You can hear stuff though, so maybe I'll add something here or there. But that was my biggest qualm. I was very upset about that because even though I was in the nosebleeds, I'm not going to pretend that I wasn't. I feel like I have the right to be able to at least see the concert. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Y'all can comment below if it was just me. But I feel like that's commonplace. That's standard procedure. So that was something that really rubbed me the wrong way. And I hope for the Dua Lipa concert I go to on Tuesday, it will actually have the big screens on. Because there's no point in going to a concert just to listen. You want to be there to experience. Some of the people who were in the nosebleeds, they had kids there. Their kids couldn't see that really tall, the really small creatures down there that were performing. So I really think that was a big ball that Target Center dropped. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it wasn't on, but those screens need to be on by the next concert I go to. Shade. So venue, I'll give like a 4 out of 10. I had some pizza. It was okay. The alcohol, I mean the adult PG 21 drinks, those were good. So that's 90% of that 5 that I'm giving for them is the drinks. The staff were really friendly, but they also don't have cup holders on their seats. So I'm not aiming high for you. The next thing would be the merch. So the merch was priced the way merch is. I can't give merch a rating because it's always so random. I don't understand someone sitting there and be like, someone will pay $75 for this long sleeve shirt. However, someone might. So I spent $35 on a beanie. I can't judge anybody, but I don't really talk about merch because that's how artists live their lives. So if you feel the need to spend that much at that concert, you go ahead, baby. You do you. Performance, 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Just amazing. The Dan and the whole crew just really brought the performances to stage. You could laugh, you could cry. You just felt so hyped up about just being alive. And I think that's the purpose of concerts. It's just to feel good being alive. And so I 100% gathered that feeling and definitely was able to garnish that feeling at that concert. So I give it a 10 out of 10. Definitely was one of my favorites. I will go see them again eventually. I mean, this was my second time seeing them, and I feel like they've only gotten better. So, if you like this video, please give me a like down below or a follow. Or if you don't like me, that's also fine. But, like, don't say it. Just think it. And I will be back eventually with another video about my concert experiences and other content that I've been watching. So I hope you had a great experience watching me. If you liked watching me, great. And then if you want to, you can comment down below one of your favorite concerts that you've been to and give me some recommendations because I love seeing new artists, especially mainstream ones. Alrighty, so I hope you have a great day and a great night and a great morning or whatever time you're watching this. Bye bye.